Good day, goeiedag, molweni, good evening. My name is Carlo Links, and I'm the head of undergraduate selection and recruitment at the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences at our Stellenbosch campus at Stellenbosch University. On my left, your right, is my colleague and selection and recruitment officer, Mrs. Anthea Roberts, who will be assisting me tonight with some of your questions that you may have. Just to give you a brief description of what I do, so I facilitate the processes of selection and recruitment at our faculty, as well as managing those processes with regard to from the application to the selection. Ms. Anthea is my right-hand lady, so she does all my administrative work for us at our faculty, and she, as mentioned previously, she will be answering and assisting me with some of the questions that you may have. Secondly, welcome. You've made it this far. Your hard work starts now. Welcome to our faculty. I'm sure you will enjoy the time that you are going to spend there with us throughout your student journey. Anthea, I think there are really some questions that we can maybe look at.
Yes, Carlo, good evening everybody. Just as Carlo mentioned, my name is Anthea Roberts and I'm the Undergraduate Selection and Recruitment Officer in the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences. I just wanted to welcome you tonight and also congratulate you on this achievement for reaching this step in the selection process. We are going to do our very best to answer all your questions tonight, and if there's any questions that we did not get to tonight, you're welcome to contact us. You can find our contact details on the website. Carlo, we have a question here, and it is, the learner is asking, when will the SJT results be available?
Thank you, Anthea. Yes, so for this year, the SJT results, or the SJT does not form part of your selection or application. We have seen communication in August and September to this effect. So for this year's intake, for next year's intake, for this application cycle, we did not take the SJTs into consideration due to various administrative issues that we experienced with the administration of the SJT process. So if anyone requires those results, those who have written the test and they require the results will be made available towards the end of this month, October. You can just drop me an email, or you can drop the SJT mailbox an email. The SJT mailbox is sjtinquiries with an S at sun.ac.za. So you can just send an email there. We will then respond. You will provide us with as much information as possible. For example, your application number, your ID number, your name and surname, and maybe what program you applied for. We will then look into it for you, and then we will send you results. And that is just for your personal viewing purposes. It has no bearing on your application because you have already been selected. I think, is there another question, Anthea?
Yes, Carlo, we do have another question. The question is, are conditional offers still being sent for Mbchb?
Thank you, Anthea. Yes, conditional offers are still being sent. In fact, we have done 2 rounds of selections already. And then with the first round of selections, the applicants had 7 days to either accept or decline that offer that we sent. After that, the offer would expire. We would send another batch of offers out, and that in that time period, you would have 5 days to either accept or decline an offer. Just to note that by next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, we will most probably be sending more offers out, but only to those qualifying applicants on our waiting list. As you know, the spaces for Mschb is very limited. We only have 290 spaces. And that is made up of our top 120, and the rest will then obviously form part of our waiting list. So yes, if you are on that waiting list, and remember we take a top-down approach, so we will be sending out offers from the waiting list by next week, Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, Carl, if I can maybe just add to
Yes.
that as well. For the allied health programs, that is your physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech, language, and hearing therapy, as well as nursing. We are also, we've also sent out additional offers on this past Monday or Tuesday. So those learners will have up until I think Friday or Saturday to either accept or decline their offers. We will then be sending out offers again next week, should there still be spaces left in the class. Also important to note is that for those who have received offers already, but the offers has expired, at this stage we are not going to be reissuing those offers unless, you know, it's
Our numbers allow us to.
Our numbers allow us to, and we will then take that on a case-to-case basis.
Yeah. Just to latch on to what Anthea said, for anything related to your application, if you have any technical issues with regards to your application or accepting your offer, you can contact the generic email address, which is info@sun.ac.za. Anthea, do we have a next question?
Yes, there's a question. Which marks are looked at for conditional offers?
Great question. So for conditional offers, we would look at your end of grade 11 results. We do not take into consideration your mid-June of grade 12 or the beginning of the first term in grade 12. So the end of grade 11, and we look at those marks excluding life orientation. And then your final, remember, conditional offers are only made to those applicants who have exceeded our minimum requirements, and you will then obviously get a final offer in January of next year on the condition that you maintain those results that you had at the end of grade 11, or you better those results at the end of grade 12. Is there a next question, Anthea?
Yes, there's a question that says, good evening. If your application was unsuccessful, are you still on the waiting list? And maybe I can answer this one, Carlo.
Thank you.
For this round of selections, what we've done is we've sent out conditional offers. So you would have received one of three letters. You would have received either a conditional offer, a unsuccessful letter, or a letter that states that you were waitlisted for the program that you've applied to. If you were unsuccessful during this round, then your application will be reconsidered next year. Those are for everybody who was unsuccessful during this round and who were waitlisted but did not get a space for the program. Everyone will then, all the qualifying applicants will then be reconsidered during the January period once the final matric results become available. We have another question.
Yes.
This one is in Afrikaans. It's asking, ek wil graag verneem, my kind het nie toelating vir arbeidsterapie gekry nie, word dit weer in aanmerking geneem na die eindeksamenpunte in Januarie beskikbaar is, en hoe werk dit? So that is the reconsideration process.
Yes, so that is just what Anthea mentioned now, that is the reconsideration process. So in January of next year, within that first week or so, the whole entire process basically starts over again. New ranking systems are being done, a new waiting list, a new top in that particular program is being done. So the whole process starts over again. So those who did not make it for this round will definitely be reconsidered once we get the final grade 12 results. And also to note that you do not have to send a copy of your final grade 12 results to us. We get it automatically from the education department. If you are at school in the Western Cape, it will come from the WCED or the national department. So we get it automatically. It gets verified by us. It's on our system, and we will then obviously do the selection. So you don't have to send in any copies of your results or any results in the January timeframe, because, like I said, we will be getting them automatically. Is there any other questions, Anthea?
If I could maybe just add also that the offers that we are sending out right now is only to those applicants who were waitlisted for the program that they have applied to. So if your application was unsuccessful, then you will not be receiving a conditional offer at this point in time. And then also, just to note that the conditional offers that you receive, I think you have 5 days to accept that offer. There are some candidates who have who may have received final offers now, but those will be for the candidates who matriculated in either 2020 or 2021, but without having engaged in further tertiary education. And those for those applicants, you only have 3 days to either accept or decline your offer.
Yes, and just to also add to what Anthea said, so at our faculty there's basically 3 categories of applicants or of students. We have the B1 candidates, which is you guys, the current matriculants, and those that Anthea mentioned now, those who have matriculated 2 or 3 years ago, but who have not studied. We also have B2 candidates, which are Stellenbosch University registered students. And then we also have B3 candidates, which are those candidates who have matriculated, who have tertiary education, completed tertiary education, and or work experience. So those 3 categories, technically, so percentages of all those 3 categories are being taken into consideration. That will determine the size and the total of your first year class. And in other words, the B1 categories, you guys, the current matriculants, will then make up the bulk of those first year students. Anything else, Anthea?
Yes, there's a learner who said that they are experiencing problems with the student portal. But I think for if you're experiencing any problems with the student portal, or if you have accepted an offer already, and you've now received an offer for medicine or any of the programs that's offered in our faculty, and you're not able to accept that offer yourself on the portal, you are welcome to contact us or the client services. You will not be able to accept a second offer on the portal, so you will need to get in touch with one of us or to info@sun.ac.za. Yeah.
I will just, I think for now, I will just give my personal email address and Anthea's, and we will then obviously at the end of this session give you all our contact details again. So my email address is Carlo, that is Carlo, and then the number 2, so it's Carlo2 at sun.ac.za. So any queries you can direct to me, you can direct it to Anthea. Her email address is anthear, which is ANTHEAR, one word, at sun.ac.za. We also have a generic email account or email box for if for instance, we don't get back to you for some other reason. And that email address is TYG Selections, so it's TYG, and then selections, one word, so it's TYG Selections at sun.ac.za. We will also be giving you our office numbers at the end of the session, should you not want to contact us via email. I think there's another question, Anthea.
Yes, we do have another question. It says, good evening. If you have received multiple offers and you accept one, but at the end of the year you do not meet the minimum requirements after the grade 12 results have been released, will it be possible to be accepted for the other conditional offers that you did not accept?
Yes, I think if I understand the question correctly, I think Anthea did mention this earlier. So if you are unable to accept any offers on the portal or online, you can contact us with the information that I've just provided. You can not select multiple offers, but if you have selected other offers outside of our faculty and you get reselected again in the beginning of January, you need to just contact us so that we can accept that offer on your behalf. And then obviously you have to inform the other faculty. that you will not be taking up on their offer, but you would rather do Mschb or any one of our 6 programs. And that email is then sent to info@sun.ac.za.
Yes, and it's also important. Carlo mentioned earlier that in order for your conditional offer to be changed to a final offer, or for you to get a final offer, you need to still meet the program's minimum requirements at the end of the year. So if you do not, then unfortunately that offer will not be sent, and then you will have your application will unfortunately be unsuccessful. We have another question. I have applied for medicine, but I have still not received any communication. Is my application still being considered?
Okay, thank you for that question. Unfortunately, I won't be able to give you an answer because I don't have enough info. So what you can do is just drop me an email with your application number and your name and surname. I will see where you fall into our list or on our list, and I will also see if any communication has been sent to the email address that you provided when you applied to Stellenbosch University. You don't have to send your details now via WhatsApp. You can just drop me a mail. I will respond to you tomorrow. If you send it to me by tomorrow, you can send the email to Anthea as well. But because I oversee the Mschb applications, you can send direct that email to me, and then I will follow up on that request for you.
Also, Carlo, if I can maybe just add to that, if I'm not sure, like Carlo mentioned earlier, we have 3 different categories of applicants that we consider. So if you are not in matric currently, the only 2 categories that we haven't done any selection on yet is the B2 category, which is the registered university students, as well as the B3 category. Those are the applicants with tertiary qualifications, and that the meetings for that category, the B3 category with tertiary qualifications, that will take place at the end of this month.
Yes, from the 24th of October till about the 29th of October.
Yes. Those applicants will receive feedback by, I think, should be by the end of the first week in November. And then for the B2 category, that category of registered university students, that meetings is only taking place in December. The reason for that is that we do your selection based on your academic performance at university, and we will then only get your results, I think, at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So that results you will also have to make sure that you get it to us before or on the 1st of December.
Before the 1st of December, yes. So that we can send out timeous communication to you with regards to your application.
Okay, Carlo, we have another question for you. It says, hi, I am a homeschooled student who did the American High School Diploma. I would like to know how you will obtain my final results, as I am not in a public school that will be sent to you.
Thank you for that question. We have a set of international criteria for our for those of you who are busy obtaining international accreditation with regards to your matriculation. So without going into much detail, also I urge you to please send me an email with as much information as possible, so that I can do proper research and give you a proper feedback with regards to your question. Homeschooling is an anomaly, which is a tricky one. So where I have to do some proper research before I can answer you. So please drop me an email, send me your application number if you did apply. Also send me some more information with regards to what are you a South African citizen? Are you in the country? All those type of questions you need to or information you need to insert into email. If any of you can send me an email by tomorrow, I will still get back to you tomorrow. So please, I urge you, send as much information as possible in that email. If you have supporting documentation, you can attach it to that as well, and you can send that to me as well. I will respond to your queries.
Yes, I think if I can just add to that, Carlo, just to be on the safe side, I would advise that you, once you receive your results in January next year, that you maybe just send Carlo a copy of your results, but also send it to our client services. That's info@sun.ac.za, so that those results can be uploaded to your application. Carlo, we don't have any other questions at this point in time. But is there any other information that you think might be important?
I'm not sure. I think there's one question from a 0107 number. Did we answer that question yet? 0107 at the end. I'm not sure if we did answer that.
Oh, my apologies. Yes. It's asking, can I reapply for an Mbchb after 1 year of a BSc Human Life Sciences at Stellenbosch?
Yes, that's a great question. So if you get accepted for BSc Human Life Sciences, or for any BSc program for that matter, and you do not get into our medicine program, what you can do is you need to then complete that year at BSc, preferably pass all your modules with an average of at least 70%. That is a weighted average at the end of the year. During the course of the year, then you will be able to do a internal transfer to medicine, and then you will also then receive a final outcome on that application once we receive your second term results at the end of that year. Just also on that note, so we would then obviously give preference to those applicants or to those students who comes from a BSc background, who has BSc as their first year, and then also just to bear in mind that if you applied or if you get selected for any of our 6 programs, and you wish to, say for instance, you got into occupational therapy or to physiotherapy or nursing, and you complete 1 year, and you wish to transfer to any of our 6 programs, which is Mschb or dietetics, that is not allowed. So you cannot do internal transfers between our 6 programs. We would accept you if you come from outside of the faculty, from another faculty, and you come to us. But you cannot transfer from medicine to physiotherapy, or from nursing to dietetics, or from occupational therapy to nursing, or whatever the case may be. I think it's important just to note that is not allowed. We do not do internal transfers at our faculty, and that is basically due to, as Anthea mentioned earlier, all these programs are allied programs, so you need to register the Health Council, and that has all to do with numbers, and the numbers obviously affects the different courses if that was allowed. So just to bear in mind that should you not get into medicine, but you get into physio, that you won't be allowed to then transfer after your first year in physio to medicine. Also, another note with regards to the BSc, if you do BSc and you complete the first year and you have obtained your 70% and above average and you've passed all your modules, you will then obviously, and you get accepted for Mbchb, you will then also start off in your first year again in Mbchb. Some considerations will be made with regards to module exemptions, but that can be discussed with the course coordinator. But you don't then start off in your second year with medicine. You still start off in your first year of medicine. I think there's another.
Carlo, if I can just add to that maybe. For those who are interested in transferring from a BSc or BA or any of the programs that's offered on the Stellenbosch campus to Mbchb in particular, you are only allowed to apply to change over to Mbchb in your first year of studies or in your last year. So for instance, if you are in your second year BSc, then you will unfortunately not be able to apply to change over to Mbchb. You can then only do so when you are in your last year. But if you are applying to any of the other programs, then it is fine. You can apply when you are a first, second, or third year student. Also, just important to note, for many of you that may not get an offer from Stellenbosch University, if you maybe get a offer at a different university, it's important to note that if you are interested in doing Mbchb at Stellenbosch University and you, for instance, go and register for BSc or for whatever program at another institution, then you will be a registered university student. And for Mbchb in particular, we do not accept applications from a different university to Mbchb, but for allied health programs that is allowed. So if you're registered at another institution and you want to apply to physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, nursing, then that is fine, but not for Mbchb. And then, like Carlo mentioned, you're not allowed, if you are accepted into physio or any of the other allied health programs, you're not allowed to interchange between the programs after having completed your first year.
If I can just also add, before we go to the next question, Anthea, we also have a lot of requests from students who are doing Mschb at another institution, at WITS maybe, or at UKZN, or even UCT. And they are most probably in the second or third year at that institution, and now they wish to transfer to Stellenbosch to continue with their Mschb in the third or fourth year. That is also not allowed. So if you do start off somewhere else, unfortunately, you will have to complete that degree at that particular institution. I think that is important, just to add to what Anthea said with regards to the internal transfers.
Okay, Carlo, the next question is, do you know when about we will hear back regarding which residency we have been allocated to at the Tygerberg campus?
Okay, that's also a good question. Unfortunately, I won't be able to answer that question right now, but what you can do is, I think those applicants who have been sent conditional offers already, about 2 weeks ago when we sent the first batch of offers, they should have received outcomes of their residency applications. If not, then you may contact our residence coordinator at the Tygerberg campus. She is Mrs. Annelie Scholz, and her email address is amscholz, so that is amcscholtz at sun.ac.za. Once again, her name is Miss Annelie Scholz, and she will be able to give you some more feedback with regards to your residency application. Just on a side note, she is currently on leave, so she will be back on Monday. Monday is the 10th of October, I think, and then you can just drop her a mail on Monday with regards to your residence application to our online, to our on-site residences. I'm not sure if she will be able to assist with regards to private accommodation, which falls outside of the Tygerberg campus, but she will definitely be able to assist you with the Tygerberg residence. Is there another question for us, Anthea?
No. I just wanted to add to that, Carlo, if there are any questions regarding residence placement at the Stellenbosch campus, then you can contact Mrs. Brigitte Joubert. You can contact her at info@sun.ac.za. For our programs in particular, that will be the occupational therapy. The first and second year is offered at the Stellenbosch campus, so you would then need to apply for residence at the Stellenbosch campus. And then for speech, language and hearing therapy,
yes.
It's the first year, yes, that's offered at the Stellenbosch campus.
The first 2 years, I think, that's offered.
The first 2 years, and then for occupational therapy, it's just the first year.
Yeah. So you will be doing for speech therapy, speech and learning and hearing therapy, your first 2 years of your course is offered at Stellenbosch campus, and then the rest, the other 2 years, because it's a four-year program, the other 2 years will be offered at Tygerberg campus. And then obviously the same applies for physiotherapy, whereby the first year is at Stellenbosch campus, and then the other 3 years is at our Tygerberg campus. Also, just to note that our allied health programs, excluding Mschb, after your completion of your 4-year degree, you would then obviously also then do 1 year of community service, which is a requirement. and then you will be able to, after that, register at the Health Professionals Council of South Africa as a practitioner in your respective field. So technically, you're looking at about, for the allied health programs, which is physiotherapy, OT, and those programs, you're looking at about plus minus 5 years. And then for Mschb, which is medicine, it's a 6-year degree program with a 1-year internship and 2-year community services that's attached to that. And then you will be able to also register at the Health Professional Council of South Africa as a practitioner, and before you are technically qualified to practice. Is there any other question?
Okay,
Do you
Carlo?
want to add anything to what I said, Anthea?
No, nothing
Okay.
at this point in time. We have another question. It's, are there any academic scholarships or recruitment scholarships? If so, do we need to apply?
Yes, there are a whole host of scholarships and bursaries and even loans that one can apply for. Our colleague, Ms. Rochelle Sylvester, will be able to give you some more information with regards to that. You guys can also drop her email. I just need to see what her email address is. If
I
it's
can
something-
give
okay.
it, Carlo. It's fine. It's sylvester@sun.ac.za. That's SYLVESTER@sun.ac.za. And then they also have a general inquiries email, and that is TYG Bursaries. That's TYGBURSARIES@sun.ac.za. So you're welcome to contact them for any bursary or loan queries that you may have.
Yes, they will be more than willing to assist you guys with regards to any information that you need. So anything pertaining to any one of our 6 programs, you can contact me, you can contact Anthea, or our generic email address, which is tagselections@sun.ac.za. Anything pertaining to residence, placement, or even application matters, you can contact Ms. Annelies Scholes via amscholes@sun.ac.za, and then bursary related issues or loans, you can contact Ms. Rochelle Sylvester, and that is sylvester@sun.ac.za. Is there any other further questions for us, Anthea? You guys need to
No.
ask us some questions.
And
We
that's
still
it, Carlo. There's no.
we still have
there's no
some time,
further
so
questions.
you can ask us anything. If you don't, there's no such thing as a stupid question, so you can ask away. If we cannot assist you, we will definitely send us an email. We will inform to send us an email, and then we will try and assist you at a later stage, either tomorrow or the following day. But please ask questions. Any questions with regards to, even if it's our campus. We've got a beautiful campus off-site in Belleville. It's directly adjacent or next to Tygerberg Hospital, which is a state hospital. We have about 15 departments at our campus. We have a state-of-the-art library at our campus. We have an outdoor and an indoor gym at our campus, besides our residents on campus as well. We have a hockey, cricket, rugby field as well. We've got a Olympic-sized swimming pool at our campus. There is a multi-student center with a banking hall, with a clothing shop, with a few eateries. So technically you don't need to set foot off the campus because everything is there that you need. Our library that we house only facilitates our medical students or students that studies at our campus. So yeah, any other questions that you guys might have, please ask us. We still have some time. I think we still have about 10 minutes or so. Yeah.
We have another
Okay,
question for
that's
you,
good, that's
Carlo.
good.
So they listen to you, they're asking questions. It's saying, good evening, will the Mschb syllabus be the same as this year's syllabus?
Yes, so the Mschb syllabus has changed, but it's changed in the last 2 years. I'm speaking under correction. So for this year and for next year, the Mschb syllabus will be exactly the same. with regards to, so for instance, if, like I mentioned earlier, if there are students wishing to transfer from BSc to medicine for 2024, the syllabus will still and should still remain the same. In essence, program or syllabi changes occurs once maybe every 5 to 6 years, but that is a process on its own, so you don't have to worry about the syllabus changes now for this time being.
Yes, if I can add to that, I
Yes.
think the MBCHB syllabus changed last year. I think was the first year students that was doing the new syllabus. So for now, yes, it will still be the same for next year, but if there are any changes, then that will be communicated to you. Also, you can contact the MBCHB department in particular to just if you have any queries in particular, like the syllabus changes or any other specific questions that you need answered.
Yes, just to latch on to what Anthea said, so with regards to syllabus, you can then also, the course coordinator for MBCHB is Dr. Derek van Vieren. You can just drop me an email and I will send these details to you. He usually assists us or me with regards to any syllabus or module content requires from students.
Carl, we have another question.
Yes.
It's asking how much is the registration fee for MBCHB?
Okay, so those are once again one of those financial questions. So for that, we will revert back. You can also then drop an email to info@sun.ac.za, or you can drop an email to the info@sun.ac.za is our client services, or to our bursaries and loan office, who should also be able to help you. You can also maybe send, if there's any account queries, send an email also to info@sun.ac.za. And you can also, there's another lady in our office, Miss Lizette Robertson, excuse me, who also deals with fees and accounts, so you can drop her an email as well, but you can contact me and I will send you details via email. As much info as possible that you guys need, send me an email. I'll respond to that email. You will have answers by tomorrow, before the weekend, so you don't have to worry. So you can just drop me a mail. You can drop Anthea a mail, and then we will get back to you. I'm not sure if there's any other further questions, Anthea.
No, unfortunately we don't have any more questions, but if you have any questions in particular with regards to your occupational therapy, physiotherapy and nursing and dietetics queries, or your application queries that you may have, you can contact me directly, and then you can contact Carlo for any MBCHB queries that you may have. If there's anything else, yes, that we haven't mentioned
that we haven't
here
covered.
tonight.
Yes. So so MBCHB, and then also speech and hearing and language therapy, you can contact me. For all the other programs, you can contact Mrs. Roberts, and she's a bit more schooled in those programs than I am, so she will be able to assist you with that.
Yeah, we don't have any further questions,
I
Carlo,
think
maybe?
you guys are quiet now.
Yeah. Is there any other information that you think is important?
Yeah, look, for now, I think it's important that you guys obviously now focus on your end of year exams. I think that should take priority now. Those of you who got conditional offers, who have been waitlisted, in fact, the entire group listening now, please study as hard as you can. Get that, aim for 95, aim for 96, aim for 97%. You can do it. Average, you made it thus far. So it's all up to you now. There's nothing we or your parents or your mentors or your peers can do now. It's up to you now. The ball's in your court. So it's all systems go. As soon as you write your exams, we get those results. We will welcome you to our campus in January. We'll take you on a nice tour. you can pop into my office, you can come say hi to us, and you can also thank me and Anthony for selecting you. So yeah, all of the best to you guys with your upcoming exams. I think it's important to keep focus. I think most of your matric farewells and matric balls is done now, so now you can focus on your end of year exams, and all of the best on your exams. I just want to, before I say bye to you guys, I just want to also just once again give our email address or our contact details. My direct number is 021 938 9203, and my email address is carlo2@sun.ac.za, and Mrs. Anthea Roberts is anthea@sun.ac.za. Your number is
021 938 9533. For a minute there, I almost didn't know
Your
my
number.
number.
And then our generic email account is tigselections@sun.ac.za. There you can ask basically anything, but if you want a more comprehensive response or comprehensive answer, you can contact us directly. Yeah, I think
Maybe
that is all of
just-
the best. Yes.
Yes, maybe just a word of not advice, but like of good luck to everybody with the final exams. I know that it's very, it can be a very stressful time, not only for learners but the parents as well. I wish you everything of the best, and that you should just remember that whatever you put in, you are going to get out. And yes, the competition for our programs is very it's very tough and it's very competitive, but it's not impossible for you to achieve. And if you did not get selected during this round, don't be discouraged. We still have January's reconsideration. So like they say, it's not over until the fat lady sings,
yeah.
and the fat lady that's going to sing is only in January. So there is still some time for you to put in all that hard work. And yes, we wish to welcome you next year as first-year students at our Tygerberg campus.
At the Tygerberg campus. I think I just before, I think there's one question from someone, but it's for the education faculty. I'm not sure what the bursary is called for education. I know of a Funza Lushaka bursary. I'm not sure if that is what the student is referring to. I'm also not sure if that Funza Lushaka bursary, I'm speaking under correction, but I think that is more for postgraduate students. I'm not sure, but send an email to info@sun.ac.za. I'm sure they will be able to assist you. But I think the education bursary you are referring to is the Funza Lushaka bursary, which is the more common education bursary.
Thank you so much for having us, and we wish you everything of the best.
Thank you guys, and all of the best. Like I said, the journey is not over. You're midway through the journey now. All the best for your upcoming exams. Work hard, study hard, write well. Don't stress too much. And yeah, you've got this. You've made it thus far, like I said. It's only a matter of time now. Just maintain those marks that you've achieved or better them, and we will see each other next year.